The Monster Squad. The movie opens up back 100 years ago, where we see the castle Dracula. Then, we see Helsing and his boys come in to exterminate the town's vampire problem. And also to close a hellish portal, but it doesn't go so well for them. Yeah, you really blew it now. Then we cut to present day. Well, present day back in 1987. We're in the principal's office where we meet two of our main characters, Sean and Patrick. And the principal is giving them his opinion on their artwork.
We kind of have this monster club, okay? And we draw those pictures to put on our clubhouse walls.
You draw pictures during Mrs. Carlson's science class when you're supposed to be paying attention.
Then we meet Horace, or Fat Kid.
Hey, who's Fat Kid? What makes Fat Kid fat? Fat Kid? Fat Kid is blocking traffic. Fat Kid, can't you stop eating?
Yeah, they literally call him Fat Kid more than they do Horace.
My name's Horace.
It's pretty fucked up. This is where we also meet the two bullies of the film. Because you know every good 80s flick has to have at least two asshole bullies.
Oops.
It's that same little fucker from Wonder Years. What an asshole. Enter the cool kid, Rudy. Smoking a cig and everything. Rudy shows up and makes the bully fucks pay for messing with Horace.
Eat up! And we'll call it a day.
Total justice. Kids are walking home from school when they walk right past the eerie, scary German guy's house.
He's watching us.
Oh,
Scary German guy.
His name is literally Scary German Guy. It even says so in the end credits. They didn't even bother giving him a name. The token creepy neighbor. Even got the cute / annoying little sister.
One more with Vietnam.
what?
It's in Rambo.
Turns out Sean and the other Goonies have a monster club, and it's called the Monster Squad. After being a complete jerk to Sean's little sister,
Get out of here, Phoebe the Phoebe.
the guys see Rudy looking all cool and decide to let him join the club. But first, he has to pass a monster test.
Monster test.
We cut to a cargo plane that is apparently carrying a bunch of bodies.
Find a World War II bomber with wooden crates in it, dead bodies. I should have a party.
When they hear a ruckus coming from the back of the plane. And of course, the pilot gets up to check it out. Of course he fucking does. A bat comes flying towards him, and the next thing he knows, he's face to face with fucking Dracula. The pilot opens up the hatch to drop the undead freak out of the plane. But that doesn't work though, because he just kind of floats there. And then he transforms into a bat and flies the fuck away. We cut to the clubhouse where we see Rudy scoping out some tits.
I'm beginning to like this club.
Rudy!
Now it's time for the monster test.
Is Frankenstein the name of the monster or the guy who made him?
The guy.
Right.
Mid-test, Phoebe pops up because she wants in the club.
Mom says you have to let me in the club or else it's prescription.
That's discrimination, jerkoid. Prescription's drugs, which are on if you think you're getting up here.
Come on, son, I know better.
Sorry, Phoebes. So I guess he passed the test? Funny thing is, the movie gives off total Goonies vibes. All the way down to the chunk character. And if that's not enough, even the mom is the exact mom from the Goonies.
See Data drop by. Boys, this is Rosalita.
Okay, what's going on here? Turns out Goonie Mom here got Sean a mysterious book that was written by the one and only Van Helsing.
Don't you know who wrote this book?
Yeah, it's what, Van Helsing something. Now, he's the one that fights Godzilla, right?
Dracula, Mom.
Well, then which is the really tall one?
That's Godzilla.
But the book is written in German, so Sean can't read it. Maybe there's someone who can. We then cut to Dracula, just looking down on the quiet little town that he is truly about to turn into a living hell. This is where we meet Sean's dad.
But I still may if you don't wash up for dinner.
Sean wants to go out with the boys and catch a horror flick.
But still return from the grave.
That was part 7.
But the folks have plans, so Sean here gets stuck fucking babysitting. Great. And did I forget to mention that his dad's a cop? He gets a call from his partner at the station when we hear something strange in the background.
I'm a werewolf! I'm a werewolf!
Did he just say I'm a werewolf? The fuck? Old Dad here gets called down to the station, so he has to call off dinner plans with Goonie Mom. We then cut back to the police station where old dude is still going on about being a werewolf.
You gotta lock me up! You gotta put me in a cage!
And then this happens.
Lock me up!
Over at the museum, it seems that the mummy from the exhibit is ironically missing.
The problem is, 2,000-year-old dead guys do not get up and walk away by themselves.
Now, where have I heard that and seen that exact same scene before?
There's one minor problem. Corpses that have been dead for 27 years do not get up and go for a walk by themselves.
Damn, straight ripped that scene off. Cool scene, don't get me wrong, but didn't even try to hide it. Well, as you can see, the mummy is now out on the loose. Remember this guy?
Lock me up!
Well, he's real dead in the back of an ambulance, on his way to the morgue, when the full moon creeps in through the window, and this happens. We then cut to the Wolfman just strolling around when he runs into Dracula, and now it's time to get the band back together. The boys are back in town, so now the Monster Mash can truly begin. They even bring the monster back with a jolt of lightning. Classic. We cut back to Sean's place where his parents are arguing.
Look at my eyes!
Well, that's awkward as shit.
I love your father.
Sean notices a weird message that was left for him, and whenever he decodes it, it spells fucking Dracula. Remember how when you were a kid and you thought there was a monster in your closet? Well, this kid really does have one in his.
Ooh! Look at that big, scary monster! Ooh!
This is where Sean establishes that they are in fact the Monster Squad.
We're the Monster Squad. Since when? Since now. What's a squad?
And Sean believes that there are monsters in their once quiet little town, and it's up to them to stop them.
I think there's monsters, like real ones.
Down at Dracula's new lair, the Count realizes that Van Helsing's diary is missing, so he sends the monster out on a mission to retrieve it.
Van Helsing's diary is missing. I want you to retrieve it for me.
We cut to Scary German Guy's house where the boys are just standing there contemplating on going in. And then we cut to this scene that looks like it's pulled straight out of the movie Frankenstein, where Phoebe's just sitting by a pond and she notices that she has an unexpected guest. Back at Scary German Guy's place, the boys are enjoying some pie. Turns out Scary German Guy is pretty bitchin' after all.
Scary German guy's bitchin'.
Now, it's time for the translation of the mysterious book. Basically, they have to find this magical amulet that can open up a giant wormhole that will suck up the forces of evil and seal it away forever. But this is only possible every 100 years, which, ironically, is tomorrow night.
100 years ago? Tomorrow night?
So all they have to do is find that goddamn amulet. Oh, and they also have to find a virgin.
Rudy, question.
Shit.
No any virgin.
This is where they meet Phoebe's new friend.
It's okay, you guys. He's friends with us. Come on, don't be chicken shit.
So I guess he's in the club now too? Back at Dracula's crib, he's searching for the amulet. He busts through the wall and sees it glowing through the crack.
Soon the creatures of the night shall rule the world. And there is no one to
It's the next day where we cut to the standard 80s gear up montage. Because what kind of an 80s flick would it be without a good old montage? Back at Dracula's place, the Count is about to make him some mistresses of the night. Meanwhile, I'm a werewolf guy escapes. And yeah, he tries to warn the authorities, but mid-call, he inconveniently transforms into a fucking werewolf.
He's gonna kill your son!
Talk about terrible timing, huh? It's definitely one of the best werewolf transformations I've ever seen since An American Werewolf in London. We then get this funny scene here.
What, Eugene?
Creature stole my Twinkie.
Back at the clubhouse, the guys are trying to figure out if Patrick's sister is still a virgin.
Have not, at some point in time, been dorked.
You guys are sick.
With a little blackmailing, she agrees to help. Over at Dracula's place, Sean and the squad are planning their attack when the monster gives them a little warning.
Master wants children dead.
Squad then enters the house when a random explosion causes old Frank to get wedged underneath a door in a bunch of rubble. Then, we get the line of dialogue that this movie is mainly known for.
It's him in the north! He doesn't have north! Do it! Do it! Wolfman's got nards! Come on! Come on!
The Wolfman gets his nards fucking rocked, and this gives the boys time to escape. Well, sorta. They just end up getting cornered, and it looks like they're truly fucked. But the movie goes all Scooby-Doo, and they escape. The boys finally get their hands on the amulet, and Dracula comes to take it back. And that's when vampire lore kicks in, and Horace pulls out a random slice of pizza that just so happens to have garlic on it. Horace gives Dracula a good old garlic pie to the face, and with the amulet in hand, they bolt ass out of there. It's 20 minutes to midnight.
It's 20 minutes till midnight.
And the squad is on their way to the church when the mummy decides to hitch a ride. But there's no more room in this ride, so it's time to wrap things up. Or unwrap? What a creative way to kill a mummy, huh?
See you later, Band-Aid breath.
We cut to the clubhouse where the Count is getting his Michael Bay on.
Meeting adjourned.
He really likes dynamite for some reason. And with more dynamite, he also does this.
Sit back up! Hurry it up!
Okay, now that is fucking brutal. So after killing his partner, Dad unloads on Dracula, but he hits nothing but air. This is where the Count informs him that he is in fact after his son.
I will have your son.
Church is locked, so they have to perform the ritual outside. When they notice Dracula's devilish bride's closing in on him.
You guys!
Rudy steps in to show off his archery skills.
I don't believe this.
And his stake to the heart skills? Then this movie shows its weird love for dynamite even more, with this exploding werewolf in midair as he's being launched out of a motherfucking window.
Hey, asshole! You look.
But that's not gonna work though. Gotta be a silver bullet. But lucky for the guys, Rudy crafted one earlier in the montage. With all the chaos going on, Patrick's sister thinks that now is the time to finally reveal the fact that she actually isn't a virgin after all.
What do you mean, no? Well, Steve, but he doesn't count! Doesn't count!
when one of the kids suggests that Phoebe reads the spell.
She? Virgin?
Yes.
Cut to Horace, and he's cornered by the creature when he decides to stop running from the bullies.
Fat Kid. Good job. My name is Horace.
With the help of scary German guy, Phoebe begins to recite the spell, and right when she's about to finish it and send all the evil back for good, Dracula's ass shows up to take back the amulet. Oh, and to also call Phoebe a bitch.
Give me the amulet, you bitch!
And right as he's about to destroy her, old Frank comes out of nowhere, picks the bloodsucker up, and yeets him into the air, causing him to get impaled on a fucking fence post. Phoebe finishes reciting the spell. Scary German guy then hurls the amulet into the air, causing the evil wormhole to open up. Dracula then comes back with one final scare, but that doesn't work out too well for his bloodthirsty ass. Van Helsing then comes up out of nowhere to give the boys a thumbs up for a job well done. The portal closes up, and the world has been fucking saved. Then the army finally shows up after everything's over already. Of course, after Sean tells them who the fuck they are.
We're the Monster Squad.
That's the end. Classic little film. Do I recommend this movie? Does the Wolfman have nards?
Wolfman's got nards.
Fuck yeah, he does. Big hairy ones. I definitely highly recommend you guys check out this flick. It's a really quirky, kooky little horror film, but there's a lot of really cool stuff going on there. The movie is one giant homage to classic Universal monster movies and just horror cinema in general. And it also just feels like you're watching The Goonies, but the horror version.
Shut up!
All around, just a really fun little spooky flick. So I guess all I can say is, go pop some popcorn, kill the lights, and check out Monster Squad. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Monster Mash.
We're the Monster Squad.